A major narrative theme that runs through much of Beethoven's music is the musical playing out of struggle and conflict, and the eventual triumph over this adversity. This narrative, whether it is of a personal or universal nature, is a quintessential element of Beethoven's music. This narrative of the hero can be discerned from the structure of the piece, both on a large and small scale, and in how moments of tension and dissonance are created and eventually resolved, not only in the harmony, but in aspects of rhythm and form as well. Along this journey of conflict and resolution, we experience the whole gamut of human emotions, from extroverted, confident, and heroic to deeply personal, intimate, vulnerable, even spiritual. And so we come to Beethoven's Quartet in E-flat major, Opus 127. The first of his 5 late string quartets, all written in the last 3 years of his life. It shares many of the same narratives and sonorities as the Eroica Symphony, both being in what he considered the heroic key of E-flat major. These first 6 measures are marked maestoso and set the tone for the rest of the movement before we are tugged irresistibly into music that is marked teneramente in the first violin, or tenderly. The main material of this first movement retains these same noble qualities as the maestoso and is also at times pleading, gently lilting, at times confident and daring, at times doubtful. The maestoso section will come back twice more in the movement, pillar points during our hero's journey before the movement ends gracefully and poignantly. The second movement is a theme and variation movement without the actual formal distinction. Beethoven continues to push the technical, expressive, and sonic capabilities of these 4 individual instruments even further than in his middle quartets, expanding the range and function of each individual voice. Beethoven transforms each iteration of the theme in variations that transports us to different worlds and dimensions. At times, the line is so obscured by the texture and context that it is hard to recognize as a direct variation, yet there is always an unmistakable thread that runs throughout the movement, making it a fantastically compelling movement to play and listen to. Beethoven was an incredibly masterful improviser on the piano, and this ability to create infinite variation and nuance in an organic and completely unself-conscious way is another hallmark of his creative genius. The third movement is a scherzo, a capricious, lithe, and good-natured romp full of dotted rhythms and clever contrapuntal games. True to form, there is a contrasting middle section, but it is marked faster than the scherzo rather than slower. This presto section whirls around before transforming into a folky, rustic, and stomping dance. And so we come to the finale. The finale starts with a call of sorts, the subdominant A-flat, full of possibility, before winding its way down into the main theme of the movement. Again, a gently lilting, good-natured, and folk-like song, a yodeling of sorts first heard in the first violin. The coda of this final movement transports us once again into a rarefied, quietly ecstatic world, a world that we first glimpsed in the second movement. The piece ends in a surprisingly personal way, an inwardly festive, yet declarative, and triumphant affirmation of self.